your specific person is going to be blowing up your phone and it's only going to take 1 hour. I know every time I mention something to do with time and manifestation, a lot of people feel skeptical. But truly, as I always say, you already have everything you could ever do or everything you could ever manifest already alive within you. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to manifest your specific person with one singular hour. And the connection as to why one singular hour is all you need each and every day in order to be with your specific person is because of the power of frequency and the power of habit. Take, for example, the following quote by Neville Goddard. He wrote, "Imagination is not entirely untrammeled and free to move at will without any rules to constrain it. In fact, the contrary is true. Imagination travels according to habit." So whenever we're going within our imagination, we feel as if it is completely free. We feel as if we're thinking upon and imagining exactly what I want. But truly, it's all in accordance to what we habitually think. And the connection is all with what we actually believe to be possible. It's hard to imagine something that you feel can't happen. So when we think about the concept of time and a singular hour bringing you to your specific person, that might at first seem nearly impossible. But the reason that we actually can't get to the point of imagination in order to create it is because of the fact that we are thinking of it as impossible. So that's the only thing in between you and being with your specific person in a set amount of time. It's the same reason why when people set dates for their manifestation, they find it difficult or they get anxiety when they immediately set that date. And I have workshops about setting a particular date and how to work around that, but it's because we begin to think it must happen or we must change or leave our certainty in the sense of self that we feel we are. We have to change our view of reality and views of basically what we think is possible and impossible. But still, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it today. I did want to go over another quote by Neville Goddard in which he wrote, "Imagination has choice, but it chooses according to habit. Awake or asleep, man's imagination is constrained to follow certain definite patterns. It is this benumbing influence of habit that man must change. If he does not, his dreams will fade under the paralysis of custom." So I love that he words it as the paralysis of custom. That is usually what people encounter in our reality. They have this paralysis of being exactly who they are constantly. And then we continuously, each and every day, do things that support it. So think about, in this case, manifesting a specific person. We get into a state of feeling single, and that's become our customary influential state on our reality. And thus, because you can't see outside of the state that you're already in, everything must actually become basically influenced with this idea. You cannot see an outcome that wouldn't be in the essence of being single. But remember, this custom or this paralysis seems very negative when it comes to a single state or a state that we don't want to be in. But it's actually very beneficial when we think of it as once we're in our end state. So once you're already feeling and in the wish fulfillment of being with your specific person, again, only taking 1 hour each day, in that case, you will actually create a positive paralysis where you'll be in a loving and positive relationship. It will become your overwhelming state, and then you'll have to remain there. In the same way in which it might feel weird to think about leaving a current state right now, it will feel weird to leave that state, which is, again, going to work to our benefit. So you could actually see negative things occurring all around you. You could have negative thoughts, but your mind will want to remain in that same exact state because it becomes customary. And so, like I mentioned, I'm not going to have you guys leaving this video without knowing exactly what we need to do. So what I want you to do today and tomorrow and following up for the rest of the week, I want you to create a daily imagination hour. So it's a specific hour that you're going to set each and every day. It could be any hour that you want. It could be any time that you want. It could be during a break. It could be before work, when you wake up, before school, after school, whenever, right before bedtime. I want you to set that hour each and every day. And when you set that hour, I want you to comment it in the comment section so we know that you have set that hour. Once you have that hour, that's your imagination hour. So each and every day during that specific hour, you are going to act, feel, talk, speak, and imagine as if you already have exactly what you want. So in this case, it's going to be with the concept of being with your specific person. One really fun thing to do as well in this hour, you can actually look around you in your house, in your place, because obviously you'd probably be living with your specific person, and imagine as if you are having a glimpse of your past. So you're from the future, the version of you that already has your specific person, and you're looking around, acting as if this is such an old memory to you, and you could remember when you were single. This is such a crazy time, and just think about that. But we are going to dedicate this hour each and every day to that outcome. And you are going to be surprised with how powerful the sense of frequency or habit can actually create the outcome. Because when you are in this imagination, and again, your logical mind might fight against this. It might be thinking, no, I don't want to do this. It's not true. It's not real. But it is more true than anything you could ever think of, because your imagination is truer than reality. But in this way, the more often you enter into the state, when you actually allow yourself, again, tell your logical mind, you can worry about any of the negative circumstances after this hour, but during this hour is completely free for you to think in accordance with what you want. Once you do that, you'll find each and every day at that appointed hour, your mind begins to immediately and automatically think upon this state. And that's going to be the glimpse of what it feels to be in your end and act and assume and basically be the individual that already has exactly what you want. Then you can basically schedule all of your dates with your specific person or conversations, phone calls with them during that hour, and you will see a complete difference in everything that is occurring. It actually aligns a little bit with an idea called anchoring, where you anchor a specific emotion to a specific outcome. And that is exactly what we're doing. And again, remember, it will no longer become something of this paralysis of custom. Your paralysis will be in the positive, and every single time you reach that hour of the day, you are going to be in the state and live in the end. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't take a lot of time while doing this in order to create this habit and to create the outcome that you want. Because when you see yourself getting into this state, each hour, each and every day, literally doing it for one day. If you do it today just for an hour, it's going to absolutely change everything, because everything has that cascade effect. Like I talked about in a previous video when we talk about priming, what you do in small things, you do in everything. So what you're going to do in this hour is going to influence every single other hour of the day. You'll find yourself finding it so much easier to remain in the state when it comes to difficulties imagining or visualizing for your end, or difficulties responding to negative 3D circumstances. You're going to find it becomes so much easier just due to this little, seemingly insignificant hour of the day. So again, make sure you comment that hour. So we are making our imagination hour, and you better come back to check in, because I want to know exactly what happens, because it doesn't have to take a long time if you are committing yourself in this way, because imagination follows habit. By acting in the opposite of what we want in the past, we might have constrained what our imagination can follow, but the more you think upon this, the more you believe will be possible, and then you'll be able to manifest your specific person just in 1 hour. If you did have any questions on this, make sure to comment them in the comment section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com if you wanted to send me a personal message or a personal question. But I'm being serious. This 1 hour is going to change everything in regards to your manifestation. And I might do like little check-ins or start like a group coaching call where we can all meet together and kind of check in with this. But I'll let you know later on that. But again, thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow.